So,
Cool.
thank you guys for coming. We're going to go through a quick little PowerPoint presentation. If you do have questions, we ask that you just keep your mic muted and type it in the chat. We're going to have somebody screening our time. If it's something like really relevant, they'll let us know. We'll stop. We'll discuss that. Otherwise, we'll be able to just answer that question directly if it's something sort of small. But
We also have a question. You can ask questions at the end too. So if you want to save them for the end, you can save them for that too.
okay. You guys see that okay?
Yeah. Is everybody good? If anybody's not good, just like message and I think you're good.
All right, cool.
Okay. So, hi guys. This is meeting number 1 of Global Medical Brigades at Jefferson. So yeah, I'm Ryan and my co-president is Logan.
Hello.
We're the co-presidents for the next 2 years. So next we're going to introduce you to the exec board on the next slide.
I'm Jessica Paretsky and I'm the vice president.
Go next. I'm Shelby. I'm supplies coordinator.
I'm Jared. I'm the campus chairperson.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie. I'm the fundraising and social media chair.
If you get more involved with the club, you'll meet our faculty advisors. We have professors Laura Richland and Lena Byrne-Dugan with us, and they're both incredibly helpful.
So, do you want to get? Or?
Sure. Yeah, so who are we? Basically, our mission is to empower community in developing countries to create like a long-term medical infrastructure. We sort of accomplish that by we go on like week-long medical missions to that country in need, whether it be Honduras, Nicaragua, even though we've had problems getting there in the past, Ghana, things like that. During that week, we run like a free medical clinic alongside local healthcare representatives there, and they provide all sorts of services to that community.
So a lot of people have asked us on social media, through email, who is able to go on a brigade? Do I qualify? And simply the answer is literally anyone can go on a brigade. It's best suited for people pursuing a career in healthcare. So any health science related majors, PA, pre-med, nursing, OT, AT, literally anybody. All we say is just to have an open mind and a vision to do good, to be a member. There's no limit on how many people can go on a brigade. And actually, the more people we have, the cost will actually go down. So it's really good to have a pretty big brigade. Logan and I's freshman year, our brigade was about 40 people, 45 people. So that was awesome. And I think as the university grows, our group will get bigger. So there's no limit. And also, you get to travel at a young age by yourself, get educated on a new culture that you will fall in love with. It gives you 40 patient contact hours. You will get directly from going on a physical brigade. And we're also going to talk about our tele brigade, where you'll get 20 hours of contact hours. You can also do a pre-med preceptorship. Logan can vouch for that. He did that freshman year. And it's also just a great addition to any resume.
Yeah, absolutely. So this year's brigade, we finally have confirmed dates for that. It was going to be in March, but considering coronavirus, we pushed it back a little bit to the end of May. So it's going to be this year, Saturday, May 23rd to Friday, May 29th. The brigade will take place in Honduras. Flight will hopefully be out of Philadelphia. It's typically very early in the morning. Unfortunately, had to get there to check in and go through security, so like 3, 4 a.m. sometimes, depending on the flight we get. But there's almost always a layover in another U.S. city in South Texas, Florida, that sort of thing. Then you go all the way, the rest of the way to Honduras. We had a really great experience our freshman year, Ryan and I, and some of the other board members and some of you guys here with Hotel del Angel. Great place, had a pool, lots of amazing staff. but we're trying to confirm a location for that. But we stay in sort of little hotel or compound during that week. And yeah, I guess there's going to be some pictures coming up.
Yeah, so we'll like show pictures as it gets closer, but typically we would stay at a compound with like some bunk beds and some, just very basic and minimal. But we got lucky freshman year and got placed at Hotel Del Angel, and it was one of the best. It made our experience just that much better with the comfort. So last year when we were thinking we were going to be able to go, we requested and were given Hotel Del Angel. So I'm hoping that this year we can do the same thing. So next, I would just want to tell you guys a little bit about Honduras. I don't know if you know much, but this is just some reasons why Honduras is in need. So there are roughly 9.2 million citizens. The average yearly household income is about $4,300 US, and that is for a household. So very low. For every 1,000 Honduran people, there are 0.6 hospital beds and 0.3 physicians for every 1,000 people. 60% of rural Hondurans, which is where our clinic will be, have never seen a medical professional in their entire lifetime and have no access to health care. So I personally think that number is probably a little bit more, but that's just me. The most common diseases here are bacterial diarrhea, typhoid, dengue, diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, Hep A, and malaria. You'll see lots of diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, lots of stuff like that. So yeah, all around, they're in need here. So we're happy to be going back.
So cost breakdown. A lot of people are curious about this. Cost per volunteer for the hotel, the lodging, transportation, and meals is going to be about $1,100. But it can be up to like $300 less with the increased number of volunteers this year. It's sort of like a bulk buy system with some things like that with airline tickets. The more you buy at the same time, and the earlier we get in, so the earlier we confirm you as member, the cheaper we can make that for you. Yeah, cost per volunteer for flights between $500 and $1,000 US. And that is a lot, but there are fundraising options we're going to talk about here shortly.
Lots of fundraising. Lots of fundraising.
So altogether, you're looking at like $1,800 to $2,100 without like fundraising and all that.
So a lot of people want to know what does a day in the life of someone on a brigade consist of. So this is here. We are going to send this email out to everyone who sent their email just now so that you can kind of look more in depth. But as you see, we typically have 3 to 4 clinic days. And the last day is either a water day or a public health day. I keep bringing it up, but our brigade, we did a public health day where we went door to door in the town or village that we had our clinic in, and we went door to door and literally like got every single statistic of that household that you could think of, and it was really awesome. The people were so welcoming and kind, like truly so kind. So that really tied in our brigade experience, in my opinion. So we do have free time. We do have dinner, the meals. I'm a picky eater, really picky eater. And the dinners are amazing, Honduran, like delicacy and just so good. And we do have a reflection at the end of each day where we just kind of go over our feelings about the day, anything that we found interesting or wanting to vent about. So yeah, it's a filled day, but at the end of each day, you feel very fulfilled with yourself for how good the day was.
So a lot of people are concerned about safety. Security for us will begin the second we land in Honduras. From there, armed guards and officers will surround our vehicles and our clinic sites and the hotel, whatever we are at. all the time, around the clock, 24/7. During downtime at the lodging facility, the armed guards are still there. Your loved ones or any contacts you want to list will be emailed from the time that we land, so that they know that you're there and you're safe. And yeah, there will be full-time local global brigades medical personnel on call at all times for us for medical emergencies.
We did have an emergency. Marissa, who's probably here, broke her toe at the clinic, and you may not believe that there really are 24/7 medical personnel, but there are, and Marissa was taken to a local care facility, hospital, whatever you call it, which was kind of far away, but she did get care. She got her toe wrapped up and she was ready to go. So they really are there.
Mhm. Yeah, and on another note, these guys are armed to the teeth, so you will be safe, but please don't be intimidated by them. One of them actually let one of our former ride his motorcycle just for a little bit. They're very friendly, but they're very protective of us.
So another option that a lot of people, hi Marissa, she said she's here. Another option is our telebrigade. We've never offered this before, so this is new for all of us. This is straight from GB, Global Brigades' website. Telebrigades are designed for aspiring health professionals to build medical knowledge through skill-based volunteering, build cultural competency through virtual immersion, and deliver real impact through our local team by participating in live medical clinics. So essentially, we're doing everything that we would do on the ground in Honduras, but in a virtual setting. It's a virtual meeting software, and we are working with on-the-ground healthcare professionals, just as we would if it were a quote-unquote real brigade. So some benefits of doing this, it incorporates mobile medical clinics, interviews with physicians who are amazing. The healthcare people there are seriously like the best. Medical Spanish, you'll learn lots of medical Spanish. We all came home speaking Spanish. An introduction to pharmacology and exposure to unique case studies. And on top of it, we receive 20 hours of community service / patient contact hours. So it's a really good experience, not only for people who would like to, learn about telemedicine and have real experience, but also for people who are unable to go in May. This is a great opportunity for you to become immersed in GMB and be able to, say you're a part of the club without actually having to step on the ground in Honduras. So.
Telebrigade costs. You'll see that it's very different from the in-person brigades, and it depends on the number of volunteers again. So you have 15 to 24, it's going to be close to $300. As you increase, it gets smaller up to over 40 plus volunteers. It's only $195 per volunteer. And you can see down at the bottom here, I'm not going to go over every option, but you can do additional add-ons. So if you want to make an extra donation through fundraising or any way that you want to, you can add like an optometry station or an OBGYN station, dermatology, those sort of things. And those stations will be set up down there for us to observe and for those people to get the things that they need within that sort of field.
Another thing, just like the cost goes down here with more volunteers, that is the same exact thing, just on a higher scale, obviously, with the physical brigade. So more people, the price will go down. So the schedule for the telebrigade is pretty self-explanatory. Anyone who's participating, we kind of decide as a group, we say, okay, we're going to do Wednesday and Friday nights for 3 weeks, and you can do it from the comfort of your couch. And we do something similar to this, and where we all sit kind of like this, and it's 9 sessions, and there's activities and interviews with the healthcare providers in Honduras. So it's literally a brigade from the comfort of your home. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's 2 parts. The schedule's 2 parts, but it's pretty, pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. Just
9
lots of
sessions.
discussion between you and the doctors and those people. They'll present things that they've seen that day if you haven't seen it on camera, that sort of thing. We'll do some prep time after we choose the community. We'll like learn some med Spanish together so that we can more adequately communicate with these people there, and lots of good stuff. More details to come on that as we figure out how that's supposed to happen and we see who's interested in that.
Last thing about that, I don't know if I put it in the next slide or not, but the dates for that are 9 sessions. It's 9, and I believe they're an hour and a half each, and they're from November 1st until Thanksgiving break. So it will not interfere with any Thanksgiving break, anything like that. It will be done and over by that. So yeah.
Yep.
And that getting those 20 hours is really great for people for that intro to healthcare class, because that's 20 hours and you do need, I believe it's 50. So that 20 hours can get you right there pretty quickly.
And then is it my turn?
I can take it. So there are a lot of fundraising opportunities that we offer. We have like a Spiritwear fundraiser. You can buy some Global Medical Brigade swag, wear it. It's very comfy. Sometimes I think Ryan in the past has actually designed some of the Spiritwear. It looks great. We can do on-campus bake sales, different game nights, and we've even partnered with local restaurants in the area to do like a sort of gratuity. You mention our name once you check out. Certain percentage of your bill that night will go towards fundraising our thing. If you participate in that, we'll divide those earnings and split them up, and it'll go right directly into your brigade cost to pay for that.
Oh,
great.
And because I'm fundraising chair, we are a lot of this, the on-campus bake sales, we can't really do. So I have been in contact, and TEDS is actually working with student organizations to, get a portion from like bake sales that they have made. Like we won't be making the food and other things like that. So we are still planning on fundraising. They're just going to look a little different, but I promise you there's going to be fundraising opportunities because that's a really big portion of it.
And freshman year, people and sophomore year got their entire trips. I almost got my entire trip fundraised. It's very possible. You post it on Facebook. You'd be surprised what aunt and uncle from, 10 years ago is going to donate. So you'd be really surprised. And it's definitely doable. So that's why I felt like a big thing to talk about is do not be scared of the price, because it's in installments, so it's not all at once. And 2, it's just very manageable with all of the fundraising opportunities that we have.
I guess now it's time for opening up the questions.
You guys can unmute if you want, if you feel comfortable, or type.
I have a question about the flight vouchers that we got from like the last brigade. Don't they only last a year?
2 years. They last 2 years. We got it.
It is 2 years?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure that like it wasn't going to be messed up if we went in May, but if it's 2 years, yeah, it's fine. Thank you.
No, you're good. You're good. Anybody?
And please make sure that you send all your emails in the chat for us. We're trying to make sure everyone's on our email list. And you should follow our Instagram at Jefferson_GMB, because like tonight when we had the little technical mishap, like I was posting on there. We also do have a Facebook page if you want to just look up Jefferson GMB. That's a really great resource because I will post things on there that you can share with your family so that they know where their donations are going. And, my aunt and uncle and grandma and grandpa aren't on Instagram, but they are on Facebook.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I just have a quick question, if that's okay. I don't know who I interrupted. Did somebody else have a question?
No, you're good. You're good. I was about to say I have more questions, so you're good.
So I'm assuming like there's some sort of training involved. Like what does that entail? Like how much preparation does going on the trip require? And what exactly do we do there? Like, obviously we like, you know, help people out and like accessible Medicare, like make medical care accessible, but like, do we like take vitals and stuff? Like, what is it? Okay.
Do you want to, Logan, you want to do like, you tell like training and then I'll talk about what we do or something? Like we could like a two-part.
Yeah, so I guess in the beginning, like we'll do some sessions right before we leave where we practice some medical Spanish, so you can do some talking to like you can more adequately communicate. We'll talk a little bit about like basic CPR things, very simple like triage things, because a lot of what they lack is in numbers. Once we get there, you'll see that like we vastly outnumber the amount of physicians that they have from local areas, and they just need help doing little menial things. So what we're there to do is just sort of do crowd control, a little bit of education for some children, that sort of thing. Like it's a little station where we do like songs and like education about dental hygiene, that sort of thing. And just kind of keep the peace for a little bit and let the doctors do things. We bounce off of them, we learn, and in turn, the local healthcare professionals learn things from like global medical brigade representatives.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Also on our Instagram, we have a highlight list that's made. I took it directly from Global Brigades itself, that shows like what you would do at every station. So it's called Brigade Life if you want to go look at that, because it's some photos
Okay.
and stuff.
I follow the page.
Rotations. We do rotations through.
Is it like, is the page like the main thing where we'll find like meeting dates and stuff like that? Like there's not a group chat or anything like that? Okay. All right, thank you.
We just got our email, gmb@jefferson.edu. So we're gonna send out like meeting recaps, stuff like that. But we're gonna send this out obviously, but here's our contact information. Our next meeting, which is gonna be, we're gonna do every other Thursday at 7. So we'll send out that Zoom link. And then here are the 2 signups for the 2 brigades. You're going to have to put in, if you're going on the physical brigade in 2021, you're going to put in like your passport info if you have it, your emergency contact. So there's a lot to fill out. There's like some questions. And the tele brigade is much simpler. And you'll have a brigade page. And at the next meeting, we can talk about how you can get people to directly donate to you. Like people can put their card information in and donate, and it'll go right to your funds.
Okay.
But we do have a video if anybody wants to watch it. We just threw it in on a whim. Myself and our former president, Alyssa, each made 2 videos when we were in Honduras. I don't know if you guys would want to watch them. I don't want to like bore anyone, but I think it'd be really cool. So you can get a gist of, brigade life.
We do have 2 more questions real quick, Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah, I can take those before.
There's one that says, how does the fundraising work? That Mackenzie touched on, but I didn't know if you wanted to elaborate on it.
Yeah, so fundraising works, as we talked about previously, for individual fundraisers, you get out what you put in. So that would be something like the clothing, like selling that. If, your dad and your uncle are the only 2 that buy a t-shirt, that's kind of who you get from. But for group fundraising, we put that money, kind of pool it all together and then divide it individually. We're not really sure yet how the fundraising would look. And then the next question is, what are the deadlines for signing up for both brigades? Do we know that yet?
So we don't have any deadlines. I believe I can get back to everyone in the follow-up email of when the first payment's due. It's not for like 2 months. So I believe that the deadline, especially with it being in May now, I'm sure that you're going to have 1 or 2 months to like officially decide. So come back to more meetings and, feel it out.
So there was one, I don't know if you can see it, that says if the brigade is for after school, if we don't have extended school year, will we be able to stay in the dorms until we go on the brigade?
That's the issue. I'm not thinking that we will be able to do that past that time. Once it's out, we're gonna have to leave, and it'll be up to you to get to the airport whenever that brigade happens.
In the past, people have, like people who live in the area have said, like, if you guys want to stay, I can have 3 or 4 people sleep over my house, and then we can get an Uber, or, you know, like our faculty advisors in the past have opened up their homes for people. So there's definitely alternatives, and yeah, definitely alternatives. So I don't know if we should maybe play it. We could probably play Alyssa's. Alyssa's is a better.
I can just add it. I can just add it in at the end. Like, I'll post it on the Instagram and stuff. I don't think we necessarily have to play it.
Okay. Yeah. For now, then, are there any more questions before we wrap things up for tonight?
Doesn't look like it.
All right. If John will be here for a little bit longer, I can try to do that. I'm sure some of the other executive board members will be here. But you're free to go. Have a great night. Thank you for joining us.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
We had 70.
What's up, people? I'm
still doing the emails.
There were so many people.
76.
Like a shit ton of people there.
Bingo.
I'm at 51 emails right now.
There were so many messages.
I was in Ryan. You know how you sent out that like mass email with 142 people, like the last one? Does somebody have to physically put in each email?
Yes.
Like,
Yes. Copy and paste them.
I was thinking like, there's no way that could be
The worst 10 minutes of my entire, like, worst like hour, whatever.
Dude, that is horrible.
Ryan, at least you didn't have to copy them from a notebook.
That's what I mean.
A handwritten notebook.
Oh my god.
That's atrocious.
Gross.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Well.
watch my video and cry now. Good job, guys.
Oh, thanks.
See you guys soon.